All right, guys. Well, if you're like me, you've seen Blackmagic announce the Cloud Dock 2 for quite a while. I know there's been a lot of folks like me who are waiting and waiting online to see when it will finally become available. I'd been looking. The first place I saw it become available was Sweetwater. Shout out to my salesman, Devin Cunningham, who made sure that I got this within 2 days. And they basically had like maybe 2 or 3 in stock, so they probably sold out now. I'm sure they're going to flood the market soon, but when I saw it and I first learned about it and I was trying my best to get information on it, no one did any unboxings or anything. Well, I guess you couldn't because you didn't have one, but there was no information on it. Even on on YouTube, as big as it is, I couldn't. So here it is, the Blackmagic Cloud Dock 2. Share SSDs and U2 NVMe media disks over 10G Ethernet networks for editing and global media sharing. Features include mount and share from SSDs instantly, includes 2 high-speed 10G Ethernet ports, which I heard operate like a switch, but we'll see. Sync to Dropbox and Google Drive, monitoring output with live storage status. So I'm going to unbox this first, and then after that, I'll set it up and see how it works and try to give you guys everything I can in this video. So let's start with the unboxing. Well, there's a lot of information on the back here, sort of similar to what they say in the front. Live sync to Dropbox. I'm tongue-tied today. Distribute files globally. Real-time storage monitoring, and you can hook it up to HDMI and actually see the actual storage, which I intend to do. Cloud sync status, user connections, cloud dock status, customizable name, storage map, speed graphs, and all this can be shown on the display, which I'll hook up to my switches, so hopefully you guys can get to see it. Real-time monitoring, high-performance 10G Ethernet. The Blackmagic Cloud Dock has 2 high-speed 10G Ethernet ports, which are only found on expensive workstation computers, blah, blah, blah. No subscription cost. So let's get over with the reading. Let's open this bad boy, see what we got. Seems to be well packaged. Yes, it is. Well, nothing else in the box there, so I'm going to throw this aside. All right. What do we have here? Important note. What is this? Come on. In several different languages. In English, it says, due to a network bug with most common 10G Ethernet chips used on Mac, please update to Mac OS 14.3 before you use this Blackmagic Cloud Dock. I'm using Windows, so here we go with that. Welcome. This is a getting started, telling you how to download the instruction manual. A lot of these devices are coming these days without, the software. You have to download it. And the free download for DaVinci Resolve, which I think is already free. I think there's one version of DaVinci Resolve is already free. And that's promoting their DaVinci Resolve. So here we go, open it up. And I have not seen this, like I said, on the internet before. Here it is, the Blackmagic Cloud Dock 2. This is some rubber feet because it's a desktop version. Put that aside. You can see there are no allowances for ears. So if you do want to ever mount this tube version, you'd have to get a fitted plate, I guess. On the back, your 2 Ethernet 10G ports. There is, let me flip this over here. Let's start with the power port. 2 Ethernet 10G ports. Ethernet via USB, so it can use a USB-C to Ethernet dongle, but I read somewhere where this is not for you to add an external drive, additional storage. It's only for network connectivity. And the HDMI monitor out. Now, you saw me open the box, you saw me empty it, so keep in mind that most of us have a bunch of the computer cords around. You're going to need one because here we go. it does not come with the power cord. On the front is the two docks. There are no the vents on the sides. All right. So what I like about that is you can fit it in the equipment since it's desktop, have something on top, something, it's sitting on the bottom of something and not worry about venting because the vents are on the sides. On the bottom here is a usual manufacturer's tag and the serial number. So I'm going to go ahead and get this installed. I will likely put the feet on it just to avoid scratches at the bottom. And for the start, I don't have two drives yet, but I just got from Amazon. Shout out to Amazon for getting this to me with Prime within hours. The box looks a little crushed, so I hope the drive's okay. It's an SSD. It's the 4 terabyte 870 EVO SATA 2.5 drive. Let's open this box since we're doing, an unboxing. This one, it opens from the side, I guess. No, it opens from this side. I've ripped enough of these boxes to stop and pause and look at the side because I tend to rip the top. Okay. Samsung, usual booklet. We don't care. There's the SSD. Looks to be unblemished. And according to what you see here, it will likely drop right in there. Is there a click? Yes, there's a click. And it's in. And then I'll get another 4 terabytes here. Now, I could have bought 8, 10, 12, 20 terabytes. But I'm going to start with 2 4s, 8s. And I have other devices that can take these drives. So as I ramp up, I'll still be able to use these drives. All right. So hang on, and I'll be right back with the next step. So here we go. I've connected the Blackmagic dock to my network. They're saying you go to network. You should see it. There it is. Double click. And it should take you to a sign-in screen where the default user ID and passwords is guest. And it's opening up. The folder is empty. So I don't have a drive on there connected yet. But as you can see, I got right into the drive. So my next step now is for me to add a hard drive and maybe copy some data to it. Let's see what happens. So now I have copied one file to the Blackmagic dock. I formatted the 4 terabyte hard drive. And I open this up, you see it says I called it BMD Volume 1. And I open it up and you see there is a file in it. So, it's very quick access. You can see how quick it's accessing from this computer. There's no delay. And the last thing I'm going to show you for now is I'm going to try to connect the output display from the Blackmagic Cloud Dock 2 so that you can actually see what the display sees. And I'll copy a file over to it so you can also see how that looks. All right, so we're over to the last test now. As you can see, I've connected the Blackmagic Cloud Dock display screen so you can see what it looks like. This is a display. You can't interact with it, but it gives you information on what's going on with the drive. So you can see right now I've only got one. It's a 4 terabyte drive. I copied one file, and I'm about to copy another file now, so that you can kind of see the interaction on the screen. You see at the bottom of the screen there how the waveform shows as the file is being copied. It's copying from a machine with a 1 gig Ethernet that's plugged into the switch. The Blackmagic is connected to a 10G switch, PoE switch at that. So it is the connection from the Blackmagic dock to the switch is 10G, but then the bandwidth slows down to 1G for the computer, yet it copied a file that was 4 gig that quickly, considering there's a, the pipe is narrow at the computer. So that's it for now. For those of you who are like me wanting to see something on this Cloud Doc 2 and find it very hard to find the information on the internet. I hope I've given you enough for now. I will do some additional things. I'm not sure I will use them, but you can download the sync software and sync this with Google Drive or Dropbox. So if you're sharing files to other people anywhere around the world, that's another way to do it. My use for it is basically local. If I do want to share a file, I can copy up that file up to my Dropbox, but I certainly don't want to sync to my Dropbox all my files unless it lets me to do it selectively. So I will install that software and see if it allows me to just sync specific files, because obviously with another 4 terabyte or a larger drive on here, there's at least 8 terabyte, and I certainly don't want to be sharing that on Google Drive or Dropbox. But there it is, folks, from 247 Real Talk. I hope this unboxing and overview gave you some more information on the Cloud Doc 2. And as I go along, if I found out anything new, I will certainly let you know. That's all from now from 247 Real Talk, or Tech Talk, I should say.